Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be about my favorite eyeshadow palettes for fall. I am so excited. It's not even technically fall yet, but I have decorated for fall and I love the tones of the season. So I gravitate towards warm tones, oranges, reds, and jewel tones. That's what I love. I mean, any given day I'll wear whatever makeup look that I want. But there is something about the autumn colors that I just love it so much. I've done this video for the last 2 years, and also I've started to do this for every season where I do my favorite palettes for the season. So if you want to see more palette related videos, check out my eyeshadow palette playlist. Also lately I've been doing a lot of get ready with me's. I filmed this makeup look too, so I will link this look in the description box. And then also I've been doing a reviving older palette series, which are get ready with me's with older palettes. Some of the palettes I'm mentioning today, I've already done get ready with me's with them, and some of them are on my list to do them for that series. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I mean, since this is my third time doing this video, I am definitely mentioning palettes I've mentioned before, but there are a couple new ones that I've purchased, in the last year. So let's get started. Let's start with the most simple palette, but I really love this one. I do, and that is the Dose of Colors Baked Browns. This is a very simple 5-pan all matte palette with a bunch of warm browns. But I feel like these shades blend so easily. I have 2 others of these 5-pan Dose of Colors palettes, and I think they're really good. And this one is perfect to do all matte, like brown smoky eyes, which I have done that, or take a metallic single eyeshadow or from any other palette, put that on the lid, and then put these in the crease, outer corner, and lower lash line, and it's just good. These tones are beautiful, and I think this formula is fantastic. Let's talk about a new palette, and that is the Sigma Ambiance palette. And I did recently receive this in PR from Look Fantastic, and I'm wearing this. So this is the one that Get Ready With Me is using this palette, and I have wanted this for so long, so I was really excited to be able to get this. I mean, this is like a classic fall colors palette, very warm toned, gold, kind of bronzy shades, dark browns. Such a good palette. I love it so much. And I mean, I really like the Sigma formula. So I haven't had this one for that long, but I have 3 other Sigma palettes where I feel like their formula is absolutely spectacular. And this is very quintessential autumn colors, but yeah, it's really good. Honestly, looking through my collection, I probably could have included a lot more palettes because I'm very attracted to warm tones. So I could probably made this video way longer, but Urban Decay Naked Honey, for me again, like year round, I love these colors, but there's a lot of very mustardy type shades, very like this honey yellow undertone, very pretty. I really like this, and I think this is one of the best formulated Urban Decay palettes. The shades in here are so pigmented, easy to blend. This is one I've also done a Get Ready With Me for the Reviving Old Palette series, so you can check that out if you didn't see it. Love it. I mean, yes, gold. Definitely, now that I'm seeing this, there are, let me hold it up. There are some similar shades, I would say, compared to the Sigma palette. All right, here we go. Some similar shades. Definitely not identical, but I see some similarities. For someone like me who's obsessed with eyeshadow palettes, I don't mind having both, but yes, Urban Decay Naked Honey, fantastic. Another Urban Decay, this one for sure. I know I mentioned this in other favorite fall palette videos because I've had this one for a while, the Born to Run. I still like this palette a lot. I think it is really good. And this does have some pops of color, but they're not like neon bright colors. So I feel like this green and this blue, I really love these shades. Very beautiful. I think this is a really good autumn palette. The only shade in here, this shade Wild Heart, this purple, totally lacks pigmentation. I don't like that shade, but the rest of the palette is fantastic. A lot of warm tones, a few jewel tone pops. I love it. I think this formula is also really good. The Naked Honey is a bit more like creamy of a formula. But yes, I still love this palette, and this one I definitely have on the list to do the Get Ready With Me for the Reviving Old Palette series. Another one that also kind of has a combo of warm tones and then a few more jewel tone shades is the Persona Identity 2. I really like this palette. The formula on this is top notch. These shimmers don't even need a wet brush. They are so metallic. So yeah, you get pop of purple, this like orangey brown, a gold, emerald green, this kind of, you know, smoky blue. Really good. I mean, this is also just like a really good everyday palette because you can do really simple looks, but you can definitely make this one more dramatic. And like I said, formulation on that one is fantastic. I couldn't do this video and not talk about at least one Natasha Denona palette. I've decided to talk about two. The bronze palette. Now, maybe I think a lot of people would consider this a summer palette, and I feel like I did mention this in my favorite summer palettes video, which I did at the beginning of summer, obviously. But for me, I mean, again, this I would wear year round because I love warm tones, but you get these like dark reddish shades, very like honey mustard colors. It's really pretty. I mean, you can definitely make this more smoky and really vampy for the fall, or you could make it more like brighter golds, which, you know, may be better for summer, but yeah, the formula on this one is amazing. This is one of my favorite palettes in my entire collection, but also the Metropolis palette. I couldn't not talk about the Metropolis because I do feel like this is the fall palette. If I could only have one autumn themed palette, this would be it because you get those pops of jewel tones with the greens and the blues and the red, but you also get these amazing warm browns, golds, and some of these, like this one leans like greenish gold. It's so pretty. I've talked about this palette a lot and I have multiple get ready with me's with this palette. The only negative I still think about this palette, that when I see it, I still get a little bothered, is that some of these browns, like on the eye, they look very similar. So that still, you know, to date is my only complaint about this palette. I bought this when it very first launched, like the day it came out, and it's still one of my favorite palettes in my whole collection. So I think that says a lot. And yeah, I still think the formula is amazing. Yeah, these two, I mean, probably are my two favorite Natasha Denona palettes. Top three. I mean, I love all my Natasha Denona palettes. You know, I did rank all my Natasha Denona palettes at some point a couple months ago, but yeah, these two, amazing. Alrighty, I keep getting lipstick on my teeth. This is why I don't usually wear glossy, bold colors. I really do love this lip color though. But anyway, excuse me if I still have lipstick on my teeth. Viseart Warm Mattes. This palette, I know for sure I talked about it last year too in this video. This palette to me looks like fall leaves. I mean, I've got some fake fall leaves back there and yeah, matches up pretty well. I mean, seriously, I love this palette. Some of the best matte eyeshadows I've ever tried. Really beautiful. This is one I want to do for the Reviving Old Palette series also. And yeah, I mean, you get the pop of yellow, orange, and dark red. I mean, just these blend themselves. I will say, to me, I feel like the Viseart formula is worth the price because it's so easy to work with. I really do. I mean, it's even easier to work with than Natasha Denona, and I feel like those palettes are really easy to work with. But this, yeah, it blends itself. I love it. It looks like my fake fall leaves, and it's beautiful. This palette, not many people liked it, but personally, I still really like this palette and I've liked it since the beginning. It's the Tarte Toasted palette. Now, I do think formulation-wise, some palettes that I've purchased since this have more intense metallics like Natasha Denona or even the Urban Decay. But I think these colors are really beautiful, easy to work with. The mattes are really good. And I do think these metallics are quite pretty. They're just not that super like foiled, you know, Pat McGrath type metallic, but they're still really nice. And again, this has these like super pumpkin-y colors. This like pumpkin orange brown there is amazing. I love it. And yeah, I think particularly the mattes are really easy to work with. And yeah, I think this is a really, I like this one. I really do. It's definitely another, you know, stereotypical autumn colors, But yeah, a lot of people didn't like this one, but I still really enjoy it. Two palettes from Juvia's Place I want to talk about. The Nubian. This one is definitely also more of a simple palette, you know, nothing super fancy, but it's to the point and the formulation is really good. I mean, you get these reddish colors, orangey mattes, beautiful metallics in this one. I think this one's very well formulated. I did mention when I did the Get Ready With Me with the Magic palette that the mattes in that one are really hit or miss. Some of them are really difficult to blend. All the metallics are amazing. I've noticed that, yeah, the Juvia's matte formula is hit or miss, but these mattes are really good. I think maybe it's because they're neutral, so they're, you know, maybe easier to formulate than the ones in the Magic palette, but yeah, the ones in this palette are very well formulated. Again, I mean, you've seen these colors 1,000 times, but yeah, I really like it. And then one that has kind of the pops of the jewel tones is the Nubian 2. And this one's a lot of fun because you do get the gold and the bronze situation happening, but you do get the pop of blue and pop of green, which these are beautiful, by the way. Maybe this is one I should also do for the Reviving Old Palette series. If there's other palettes here that I haven't done yet for that series and you would want to see a Get Ready With Me, let me know. But yeah, this one's really fun. I like this one a lot. Yeah, so maybe this one I will film a video with it. All right, this one is kind of my favorite jewel toned palette, and it is the So Jaded palette. So I mean, it's a gemstone theme. I love this palette. I think this is one of the best products ColourPop has ever released. I haven't bought anything from ColourPop in about a year, but this palette, I love it. I do. I just think it's so well formulated and so well curated. The jewel tones in here are amazing. This emerald shade, beautiful. The dark purple, the dark red. Also, you do get some like orangey matte browns. This palette is so fun. I really love this one. I mean, seriously, best product ColourPop has ever released. And that new palette that they came out with also has a lot of kind of jewel toned pops in it. It didn't look identical to this. I can't remember what that palette is called, but I did see some people kind of swatch it in comparison to the So Jaded, and it looked like at least some of the shades were similar, so FYI. But yeah, this one, I am a really, really big fan of this one, and yeah, the jewel tones in here are really amazing. Let's talk about Pat McGrath, the mini palette. So this is the Mini Sublime. I probably could have included the Mini Subversive too, because that one is like really, really intense, like colorful jewel tone metallics. This one is warm toned, much more neutral, but these, particularly these three, are so foiled and intense. You do not need a wet brush. I love these like coppery champagne colors. So good. This brown, I mean, it's fine. This has shimmer in it, but this is more of like a satin or even a matte because the shimmers kind of disappear on that one. But yeah, particularly, and then you do get a duochrome actually here. This palette is amazing. And I think this is a great way to, I think she still has these. I don't think they're sold at Sephora anymore, but I think these mini palettes are still available on her website and they've been on sale many, many times. And one of the things that I've said before about these mini palettes from Pat McGrath is I do feel like she has a cheaper packaging on them, but maintained the quality of the eyeshadows, which is what really, really matters. I'm okay with, you know, cheaper packaging if the actual product I'm using is amazing. And for this palette, these really are. And last but not least, the Mothership 5. This I bought only earlier this year and I've wanted it like since it came out, and I'm really glad that I got this. I really am. I got it on an amazing sale. She just had an end of summer sale at the time that I'm filming this video. It's probably over by now. And I really wanted to get the Utopian Dream. This has nothing to do with this video, but I wanted to get that palette, but it was excluded from the sale. Bummer. But she does sales around a lot of holidays, like Labor Day, 4th of July. This one I think I got I don't know. I think it was maybe her Memorial Day sale. I'm not sure, but on her website, she does a lot of sales. And I got this one for a very good discount. I think I got 30% off or something. I don't even remember, but really beautiful. I mean, this red, fantastic. This dark matte purple is so pretty. And then you get like the warm browns and the coppers. And then these two I love as just like topper shades. And really, I could have included the Mothership too also. That one is beautiful, also perfect for fall. That is one I did do for the Reviving Old Palettes series just very recently, but yeah, this one is like the classic, like warm toned pop of that red. Yeah, this is one I am very glad that I got this. I'm excited I did wait for a sale and I got a really good deal on it. And I definitely want more of these Mothership palettes, and I want the Utopian Dream, I do, but I want to wait for a sale. So yeah, this one is fantastic. That is it for this video. I could sit here and talk about warm toned palettes all day long, but I'll try to stop myself. I love all these palettes. I want to use them soon. Some of them I have used recently. Like I said, I did film this makeup look, and check out the Reviving Old Palettes series if you do want to see get ready with me's with some of these, and I plan on doing some with some of these other palettes that I've mentioned. Let us know your favorite fall toned palettes, and yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.